I'm here in Nanaimo, BC with my beehive. Started this about 5 weeks ago. And when I first started with one super and 10 frames. And so what we did was we added these chloroplast things to these frames, and the bees will draw out their comb in a perfect 9-degree angle. And I just wanted to share why I started this bee colony. When I was in Hawaii last year, I met a guy named Lyle, and he had a bee colony. And it was just so interesting seeing how the bees operate. I just was fascinated by their organizational structure, that they're able to make honey from flowers. It was absolutely amazing to me. And they're just insects with tiny little brains, and I've always wondered, how do they do that? And the more I researched, the more fascinating they became. And I'm not one to like to read about stuff. I like to actually start something and see what happens. And so that's why I started. Today what I'm gonna do is inspect the hive. I'm gonna see if they're making honey. We're in August, and hopefully in the last 5 weeks they've been busy. So the first step in doing a hive inspection is to smoke them. There are 2 ways that the bees communicate. The first is by pheromones, and they release these chemicals to let the surrounding bees know what's happening. What they believe is that smoke masks these pheromones and also calms them. So, all right, let's see how they're doing. Okay, wow, busy. And just do a few puffs of smoke. I definitely don't want to get stung today. That's why I'm a little zealous with the smoking. In fact, what I should actually be doing is smoking a cigar. That'd be great. Beautiful. See this rain? This is capped honey, meaning that this honey has been cured, meaning it's ready to go. They're storing that for the winter or for themselves. So these are food stores. It's a good sign. This is the first frame. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this frame aside.
David, please don't do that. Oh my God.
Yeah, so they're building this from scratch again. See how they're almost to the top? Pretty amazing, huh? I love the sound of the hive. Busy with activity. The queen will lay up to 1,500 eggs per day. And the queen will know what type of egg to lay, whether it's a drone or a new worker bee. The bees are given tasks assigned to them by their age in days. And so when they first come out, they'll clean their hive and clean their own little rooms. And once they're of adolescent age, they'll start to work in other areas of the hive, or they'll feed the queen. And near the end of their life cycle, what they do is they'll start foraging for pollen and for nectar and to bring it back to the hive. Another important task is the guard bees, and what they do is, I got one crawling up my leg right now. The guard bees protect the hive from any invaders, so such as raccoons, bears, and Winnie the Pooh. So it's probably not the best thing that I'm not wearing protection, but ow! I just squished a bee in my face. I'm gonna continue with my hive inspection, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Just kidding, it's video, you can't ask questions. Do I feel bad about taking their honey? Well, just one taste of this honey and I don't know, kind of changes things. It is like New York in here right now. It's packed out. The whole bottom is covered with bees and the walls are covered with bees, and so they're probably a little bit upset. So what I'm gonna do is add an extra super so that they have more room. Sometimes bees get angry. Ow! Just like that. Working with bees, yes, you're gonna get stung. Does it hurt? Well, you get used to it. And it makes a good story. Hey, why is your arm like twice the size it's supposed to be? Okay, I think we're just about done here. I think I got stung about 4 or 5 times. It's completely my fault. But I'm gonna come back when I'm feeling a little better because bees are misbehaving today.